we knew that there was a lot of waste created at school that wasn't being disposed of, like that was being disposed of in unsustainable ways. And we wanted to find, I guess, a good connection between this waste and using it in with like another group at school. We talked to Ben Morley, and he initially gave us this idea of the Infant School Remaker. He said you should go take a look, see what it's like, and if there's anything there that you'd like to do. And then through discussions, we realized that with a connection with the DT department, there was a lot we could take forward. So our critical challenge project, we focused on the SDG about zero waste, and so we all wanted to do something related to upcycling in our school. We wanted to make it local, we wanted to make it in a place that we could really see the results, so we wanted to have a solution that was something hands-on. So initially what we did is we spoke to a lot of different stakeholders around school that worked in either college services or we knew had some kind of connection to recycling and upcycling. We spoke to the DT department, we talked to service, we talked to the infant school, and we talked to the Rainforest Restoration Group. And finally we kind of decided on helping with the infant school's remakery. Essentially what this was it's a space for the infant school kids to go and use old materials and other kind of resources donated by different departments around school. So like Sodexo gave them egg cartons, they got a couple of tires, they've gotten some shells that they've collected, and it's a play kind of area for them. So they use these materials to make their own things, they play with them, and it's just a much more sustainable way of giving them things to do instead of having to go out and buy something. So I think we all thought it was like a really nice place, a really good idea, but we also felt that a lot of people didn't really know what it was, and it was quite disorganized when we saw it. There was a lot of material there, but it wasn't really arranged very well, and we weren't sure kind of how to find things, and they weren't put back in the right places. So we started talking to the infant school service teacher, really, Ben Morley, and we talked to the DT department to see if we could get any materials transferred. And our final solution, what we kind of decided was to create a big sign for the area, kind of remodeling it in a way, calling it the Infant School Remakery, and to get a couple of labels to organize the things that the different materials they had into different jars or boxes. And we also created a brochure as an awareness piece to put in all the different infant school classes and the primary school classes so people would know really what the Remakery was about. I think the hardest thing is picking something that you can really have an impactful solution for. I feel like a lot of groups, and this is a perfectly adequate solution, that they did presentations or they did like an awareness session with a different group of high schoolers or middle schoolers that was like the appropriate audience. But for me, I really wanted to do something hands-on, and I feel like it's much more effective when you can see the result of some of your solutions because you can really interview your stakeholders and get a lot more out of your critical challenge project. One more thing I'd say is your group kind of, it's good to distribute the responsibilities well among your group. So what we did is we had each person in our group talk to a different stakeholder, and that person was responsible for all communication with that stakeholder. So it was divided up quite well, and then we could each feedback in the meeting. So I'd say work well with your group and pick a topic that really lets you do something hands-on.